We'll see. We'll see what the future brings. Right now, I'm at 154. I think there's still big fights to be made at 154, and I'm still going to chase the big boys out there. We'll see.
Hey, what's up? This is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Now, who's ready for some fighting words? In this video, I want to talk about Tim Tszyu and next steps. What's next for Tim Tszyu? Really quick, if you like the videos, please take the time right now, if you could, hit the thumbs up button. It does help. It shows love. It supports this channel. And while you're at it, please circulate the videos. Let your friends know about fighting words. The question is, what's next for Tim Tszyu? So Tim Tszyu was recently asked about him moving up, to like 160 or something like that. And I have a question. Why is it every time somebody loses, the natural thing to do is to go up in weight? That's not going to solve any problems. The problem was you faced a really dangerous Russian at 154 that maybe you didn't take that serious. Guess what? It's at 160. Dangerous Russians. Like, that doesn't change anything. I think we are avoiding and looking over the real problems. And what are the real problems when it comes to Tim Tszyu? I think it's a team that his star power and draw has outgrown. I think it's a coach that can no longer teach him. I think he needs I think he needs new coaching, and I think he needs management that's in the big leagues. That's what I think. I don't think he needs to go to 154. I've already posted the video regarding Michael Zerafa. Should be up in the corner. And Michael Zerafa is very confident he's going to get the Tim Tszyu fight, and he's going to get the Tim Tszyu fight in Australia. I personally think that's a great idea. I think it's a winnable fight, and that will put him back in the winning column. I think it is a fight that's going to have a lot of promotion and is going to be a very hyped and talked about fight. And I think that would put him in a better light. And I think it's also a fight that will make people rally around him again, because Michael Zerafa does not mind being the heel, the bad guy, the villain, the enemy at all. So that's just going to make people kind of move towards Tim. It's like, yeah, we know you lost, 2 in a row, but we really hate this guy. And it's just going to be like, basically, like, we really hate this guy. So if you could do something about him, we'll just fall back in love with you. And I think depending on how it goes, now granted, if Tim Tszyu goes in there and he looks like the soul taker, well, now we're back in business and the train starts moving again. But the next question is, where do we go? How do we navigate from here? Because the overall dream is to get, obviously, Tim to America and get him to Vegas. So this is great. We got the original buzz of Australia, and we got the original support of Australia, and now we got him cooking again, off a devastating knockout of Michael Zerafa. But realistically, the name of Michael Zerafa doesn't really hold that much weight when you come across the pond. So what's next for Tim Tszyu? I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, and I hope you all hear me. Charlo is coming back to the ring. He's been gone for a long time. He took his hiatus ever since that embarrassing loss from Canelo Alvarez. And if you ask me, I would say he kind of just waved the white flag. If I'm in the vicinity of Tim Tszyu, this is what I do. I fight Michael Zerafa. I get the whole country to rally behind me. Like I said, they're going to rally behind me because of the name. Tszyu. They're also going to rally behind me because they can't stand Zerafa. So that's 2 reasons why they're going to rally behind me. The third reason is they're going to rally behind me is if I, on the night of facing Zerafa, become the soul taker once again, and I take his soul in the ring, and everybody's cheering and screaming, Tim Tszyu, Tim Tszyu. And I get on that mic and I say, Charlo, I want you. I want you. I want you at 154. Let's do it. You've been running for me for years. Let's do it. That is the direction you need. There's a lot, and I said it before, but I'll say it again. There's a lot that comes with the name of Charlo. This man was the last person to be undisputed at 154 pounds. This guy beat up everybody to get to those belts. And he literally didn't have the easiest route to the belts. He's not like some people where he'll fight one person and he'll just inherit belts, and then he'll inherit one via email like a lot of these champions are. No, he actually had to fight for it the hard way. So why am I saying that? Because it brings credibility. If you want Tim back where he was, he needs credible fights at this stage. Credible fights. And what's more credible than saying, I'm taking on the last guy who was undisputed at 154 pounds. None of you other guys can say that. Terrence Crawford can't say that. Earl Spence can't say that. Fundora can't say that. I'm the guy who's taking on the guy who had all the straps at once. The last guy to do that, I'm taking that guy on. That's a statement. That's a statement. Yeah, you could say, well, Earl Spence is making his way into the division and, he's taking on Fundora. Okay, well, Fundora barely won by the hairs on his chinny chin against Tim Tszyu, who couldn't even see. Then you could say, well, Terrence Crawford, he successfully made his debut, at 154. Yeah, but it was a close decision, and he didn't look spectacular. He didn't finish anybody. He didn't finish his opponent, and he didn't look spectacular at all. And he looked very human, and he looked very beatable. Let's be honest. That fight was pretty close. And if you like, we could all watch it together, but it looked pretty close. But Tim Tszyu could easily run for the guy who was undisputed, Charlo. He could do that. That would be the biggest fight at 154 if he does that. Tim Tszyu is not just coming by himself. He's coming with a whole nation. And despite how anybody feels about the Charlos in a whole, they're still a force to be reckoned with. Arrest and all, drug charges and all, divorce and all, they're still a force to be reckoned with when they step in that ring. Yeah. And the little one, the one I'm referring to, Jermell, is the knockout artist. So he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. And he's very comfortable at 154. Very, very, very comfortable at 154. And that's where all his power is. He's got a lot of power at 154. So yes, he is a logic. If I'm near the camp of Tim Tszyu, I'm saying, listen, this is the route. We need to take a left at Michael Zerafa Ave and then go up Charlo Boulevard. Okay, that's what we need to do. If nothing else happens in 2025, these are the two streets we need to be driving down. Forget everything else. Forget everyone else. That's not what we want. That's not what we're looking towards. We need to be going down Michael Zerafa Avenue. And then we're going to make it to Charlo Boulevard. That's what we're doing. That is the overall game plan. Nothing else matters after that. Nothing else matters after that. He needs his morale back. This is going to give him that. He needs his confidence back. This is going to give him that. But the most important thing that he needs a new coach. He needs a new manager. Let me be your man. Let me be your coach. That's what you need. You need a new coach. The game plan that you tried last time around was not it. This rock'em sock'em robot attitude, not it. As you go up in competition, that is not going to suffice and that is not going to work. And you're going to be easily picked off the bone. That is not it. Especially if you're going up against Zerafa. And I do believe that fight will happen. And I think it's happening next. I've gotten a few people message me and say it's not going to happen. I do believe it's going to happen. I think it makes a ton of sense. And I think anybody in their right minds, just marketing-wise, thinking, if I put Zerafa in a room with anybody with the last name Tszyu, I have gold on camera. Zerafa doesn't like the Tszyus at all. I don't even know if he likes the dad. I just know he doesn't like the sons at all. All you got to do is get a get a microphone, get a camera, and say, Michael Zerafa, you're on. And by the way, the Tszyu brothers are in the room. That's all you need. That's all you need. You have gold. You have gold, shining gold right there. Because he's going to go off. He's going to make it fun. He's going to make people watch. Because it is what it is. His talk and his disdain for the Tszyus versus their last name and the destruction that they are both, especially Tim, capable of when they're in the ring, it's spontaneous and it's beautiful. So there you have it. Now, it gets to that, we got to go for Charlo. But first things first, we need a new coach. We need to go back to a jab. We need to learn how to pivot off. We need to know how to go to the body. We need a new coach. We need to go back to the fundamentals. All right? We need to go back to the fundamentals. And there's nothing wrong in saying that you've outgrown your coach. There's nothing wrong with that. People go to school all the time. You outgrow your fifth grade teacher. You outgrow high school. You're going to outgrow college. It's a natural progression to outgrow things in people alike in your journey in life. There's nothing wrong with that. Have you ever dated somebody? You thought they were the one, then you realize they're not the one. A year or two in, you say, you know what? We're growing in different directions. You're going to outgrow this person. You know, this person is thinking too small, and I'm thinking much bigger on a much bigger scale. And I don't technically want to live here anymore, while this person seems to be content with living here. I'm outgrowing this person. There's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean he doesn't love them and appreciate all the things that they've done for him and taught him, but they can't teach him anymore. There's nothing else they can teach him. Take a page out of Anthony Joshua's book. When he left his coach, it wasn't personal, it was business. I'm the one who's in there getting my face punched in. I need to know you can take me to the next level. And I don't feel as if they can. So those are my thoughts. Drop your thoughts down below.